Right, Sergio. The Hilux bakkie, long been South Africa's favourite bakkie, I think for longer than I've been alive. And that has recently been pipped by.
The Ford Ranger. Look, never underestimate the popularity of bakkies and, well, specifically the Hilux and Ranger or Amarok. The Hilux and more specifically Toyota has been top seller in South Africa for years, nay, decades. And most recently, according to NAMSA, the Ford Ranger, launched in 2011 South Africa, managed to pip it by about 150 plus models. Look, it's not that
And
big
that's
a
monthly
deal.
sales.
Yes. It's not that big a deal for Toyota, like you said, market leader for decades. But for Ford, this is obviously cause for celebration. The fact that they managed to do this is incredible and indicative of the Ford Ranger's popularity. When it first came out, it was doing about 1,000 units per month. That ramped up to 2,000, and now they've finally topped 3,000 units a month locally.
Now, what are some of the reasons for the sort of change in loyalty? Have Ford had a sort of better marketing campaign? I mean, how do the two vehicles compare? Why has the Hilux popularity dipped?
Look, the Hilux has always been a bestseller regardless of the criticisms it receives. For instance, most people believe it's a very old vehicle. It's got a lot of old tech, etc. It's not as stylish as some of the new vehicles, case in point, the Ranger and VW's Amarok. NAMSA sales, incidentally, show that overall the market's quite down. It's about 2% down compared to October, which had an incredible month. Ford has obviously come out and said that this is incredible for them. They have indeed had a campaign where they've been pushing their Ranger. There is a new Hilux coming, which should be incredibly popular once again in South Africa. That'll only reach our shores in 2016. The Ranger will have a facelift next year. It will look more or less like the new Everest. Our readers, incidentally, have gone crazy in terms of the debate sparked between which bakkie is best. I can't tell you whether or not a conclusion was reached. Obviously, all pro-Hilux bakkies coming out saying it will never break. Toyota's reliability, playing those cards. Ranger fans are ever saying that you get more value for your money, saying that there's better tech, it looks better, etc.
Do you want to just read out some of that social media reaction? And let's sort of try and perpetuate this debate with our viewers.
Sure. We've got one from Sifasiso, who says that the Hilux dethroned SA's new top bakkie. Is it a market segment growth or is Toyota slacking? He asks. Okay. Another one we've got is by Nakiran. She says about time, well done Ford South Africa, Hilux dethroned. And basically that's what sums up the split between the Ranger and the Hilux debate. Whether or not the Ranger will actually keep its position, that remains to be seen. Most certainly Hilux fans will always be there. I mean, just the fact that they've only beat them by 150 units isn't indicative of whether or not this is a trend. It's certainly caused a hell of a lot of debate in terms of our readers, though.
And you guys at Wheels 24, which vehicle would you opt for and why?
Look, they both got their pros and cons. Hilux specifically comes out each year with a different, how can I say, special edition, like the Legend 45 and their various Dakar editions, such as the Dakar 2014 that came out. Look, it's a workhorse. It's been around for years. It's a tried and tested name that many South Africans, thousands of us, trust. The Ranger, however, has had this to come up against and has had to do everything in its power to beat the Hilux. So it changed its design. It's very modern, it's very slick, it's got a lot of tech inside and newer engines as well. So case in point, the Hilux, yes, it's been a very popular bakkie. I hope that the new version will work on that and improve on this. And the Ranger's new design will certainly grab a lot of people. It looks really good, the new one that's coming up.